everyone to the House of More Politics. Katrina Pierson was on CNN just the other day saying that Obama was the reason why we went into Afghanistan. They were talking about the founding of ISIS. And she also said that Hillary and Obama founded ISIS. Now, I spoke about this in one of my videos before, but let's go back, and I'm going to show you how the Republican Party, and in particular Katrina Pierson in the Trump campaign, is trying to incorporate Obama and Clinton together. Take a look at this.
But not that sarcastic. Again, which is it? Was he being sarcastic or not being sarcastic?
Well, I guess it depends on the interpreter. Of course, it was sarcasm because he obviously didn't mean that Barack or Hillary Clinton founded ISIS in the literal sense. In other words, they didn't file the paperwork of incorporation.
Last night, you said the president was the founder of ISIS. I know what you meant. You meant that he created the vacuum. He lost the peace.
No, I meant he's the founder of ISIS. I do. He was the most valuable player. I give him the most valuable player award. I give her, too, by the way.
But he's not sympathetic to them. He hates them. He's trying to kill them.
He was the founder. The way he got out of Iraq was the founding.
My bad. I just want you to see that bullshit. Let's keep going.
He does mean that their policies, and if you play out that entire discussion, he talks about those policies that absolutely gave rise to the formation of ISIS. You
know that ISIS actually started in 2004 with AQI, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, and then morphed into, in 2006, Iraq, the Islamic State in Iraq. So this is not something that started during the Obama administration, but he's saying that he was sarcastic, but not that sarcastic, about something that happened in 2004.
Okay, now watch how she tries to go further back and still gets it wrong. Watch this.
If you want to go way back, we can look at the troop surge, and after 2007, Al-Qaeda was essentially in ashes. It was Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton who then destroyed the entire rollout by wanting to pull out early, announcing their plans, ignoring intelligence, and that is the reason why ISIS is a global issue. Remember, we weren't even in Afghanistan by this time. Barack Obama went into Afghanistan, creating another problem.
So you're saying Barack Obama took the country into Afghanistan post-2009? Is that what you're saying?
That was Obama's war, yes.
Okay, I don't have any commentary for that. But I will say that Hillary Clinton was in the Senate around this time, and of course she voted for the war, which Barack Obama used against her to win the election. I get that. But we were in Afghanistan first. And within 3 months, the military had shifted from Afghanistan to Iraq. And even as I was a lowly Lance Corporal at the time, so I didn't understand what was going on. And why we had to shift from Afghanistan to Iraq. I didn't understand it. And I really wasn't watching the news back then to really try to understand it. But for her to say that is blatantly, it's a lie, it's bullshit. But it's no different than what she tried to do about Hillary and Barack with guns. Take a look at this.
Hillary Clinton is a gun grabber, and everyone knows that if she's in a position to appoint Supreme Court justices, she will do everything she can to remove the Second Amendment.
Why then do you and Hillary want to control and restrict and limit gun manufacturers, gun owners, and the responsible use of guns and ammunition to the rest of us, the good guys, instead of holding the bad guys accountable for their actions?
So I think it's important to recognize that reasonable people can say, as I do, responsible gun owners have a right. I have no objection to that. But the rest of the American public has a right to require certain kinds of regulatory, responsible actions to protect everyone else.
The notion that I or Hillary or Democrats or whoever you want to choose are hell-bent on taking away folks' guns is just not true. At no point have I ever proposed confiscating guns from responsible gun owners. So it's just not true. What I have said is precisely what you suggested, which is why don't we treat this like every other thing that we use? when we talked about background checks. If you buy a car, if you want to get a license, first of all, you got to get a license. You have to take a test. People have to know that you know how to drive. You don't have to do any of that with respect to buying a gun. And when we talked about doing effective background checks, it was resisted because the notion was we were going to take your guns away.
So, did Barack and Hillary discover ISIS or found ISIS? Are they trying to take your guns away? Are they responsible for everything that's happening in the last 15, 20 years? It's crazy how they would put that narrative together and continue to perpetuate it throughout this campaign. Why don't they tell the truth? And that goes for both sides of the campaign in reference to Hillary Clinton's emails, the Clinton Foundation, her pay-to-play, Donald Trump and his misspeaks, his, oh, I was being sarcastic, his business dealings, his fucking tax returns. Why don't we just come clean and be honest with the American people and stop pushing this false narrative? What do you guys think? Subscribe to the channel, comment below, hit that like button. Let me know what you guys think. Until the next episode, guys, peace.